Air Force and UNLV in Conor Mack in his backyard here at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. 9.5 point road favorites for Air Force in this game. 51.5 being the current total pretty much across the board. Air Force greatly disappointing me last week against Utah State. And all these hopes and these dreams that I had about Air Force winning the Mountain West, they're in tough now. You know, they already have 2 conference losses against Wyoming and Utah State last week. Defense got ripped apart by Cooper Legas, the quarterback that was taking the spot for Logan Bonner. And the defense, definitely a disappointing effort. And that's now 2 weeks in a row. They're big favorites. They failed to cover. They did beat up Nevada 48-20. And then, of course, they had the loss at Wyoming. UNLV, I don't know what happened last week, but it was ugly. Doug Brumfield, of course, got injured in that 40-7 loss to San Jose State. Cameron Friel had to take over, 15 of 22, 153 yards. He wasn't great, so we'll have to keep our eye on the status of Brumfield, Conor Mack, because he's day-to-day as of right now. That was the latest update from Carlos Arroyo, the head coach of UNLV. So there's a lot of moving parts here. The key handicap, as is always the case against Air Force, is UNLV's run defense up for the task. And to be honest with you, their run defense has been okay. 39th, 120 rushing yards per game allowed. You look at recent series history, they have struggled to stop the Air Force triple option. Last year, they got ripped apart. 511 to 214 total yards for Air Force and a 48-14 win for Air Force. But we'll see if UNLV can improve on that. But this year, at least, their run defense hasn't been that bad. We'll see if Brumfield plays. I don't know if I'm rushing to lay points with Air Force on the road. And, you know, we're starting to see it now with this team year in and year out, that on the road, they're a little bit of a shaky proposition. Already this year, 2 true road games. Wyoming, Utah State, they lose outright as double-digit road favorites. Not the track record for wanting to rush out and lay almost double digits with them here. What do you think here, Conor? Air Force, UNLV.
Yeah, Air Force. I was leery of that game. I almost went pretty big on Utah State and backed off. I just thought it was rough for them. I thought it turned a corner. I mentioned with Leggett there at quarterback for Utah State, the game they played with BYU. I didn't think they'd win it like that, but they did. A lot of Air Force hype. Brumfield's big, though. I've seen enough of Friel last season. I think he can come in and do all right. But, yeah, you mentioned the years past. UNLV has gotten ripped by this Air Force running attack. And can they do better? They've been better, but who have they played when they've done this? I'm going to wait. I got, Brumfield I think's got to be in. But I sure like it, if over 10, a little bit with UNLV to at least bounce back after they just didn't come to play and got slapped up by San Jose State. So wait and see here for the Rebels this game. But I kind of lean their way if I can get more than 10.
All right.
And Brumfield's in. That line will change if he's in a little bit, I think. If it'll come down a little.
Yeah, there's no question about that. You will see some movement if we do find out later in the week that Brumfield is going to play for UNLV in this game. And like I said, definitely a situation here where you've got them definitely a situation where you might see him play. He's day-to-day. We'll see what the status is for Brumfield.